All right, greetings. Well, now that we've gone through the syllabus, I wanted you to get a feel for how the weekly sessions are laid out. We break these into weekly modules. They begin on the Monday of each week and they span through the Sunday of each week. So the week really kind of ends at 12 midnight on Sunday. And we usually have a topic for each weekly module, some notes of interest in there, and notice that right here, unless you have done the hop score, you will not be able to access the information on here. So yours is going to look a little bit different than mine. I'm kind of in edit mode right now, so just pay very little attention to some of this other stuff. Your stuff will look a little bit different. But this is where you found this video, was under the Week 1 Tasks and Videos, Open Me First. And what I explain in there is that I want you, the very first assignment is to open up the syllabus confirmation. Well, the very first thing I want you to do is open up the syllabus and make sure that you've read through all parts of it, that you understand the syllabus. If there's any questions, email me, ask you about it. Once you feel that you've read and understood the syllabus, then you open this up, pull it into Word, type your name into it, type the date, save it on your computer, and then here under the syllabus confirmation, this is where you will upload your syllabus. Okay, so yours will look a little bit different than this. It'll give you a spot where you can click Add File and you load the file up. Alright, so when I get that give you a check mark for your first weekly assignment. The other thing that I want to go over in this first assignment is just do a really quick explanation of the Natural Resource News assignment that is going to be due November 15th. Again, this is just the directions. This is very similar to what it says in the syllabus. So it goes over the details of how the news assignment is to be conducted. You're basically, between now and November 15th, you're going to collect 4 natural resource related news articles. You are going to include the links to those articles. They need to be full-length articles that I can open up from my computer and see the full-length article. All right. You are going to be writing a summary on those articles, not just copying and pasting their material, but you're going to be writing a summary paragraph for each one, and you're going to load up the links and get that to me. Make sure that the summaries are typed, double-spaced, and utilize a 12-point font with standard margins. Okay. Just normal Word document. Save it to me. Save it as a Word document, and you will load that up. I will provide a place for you to load that up. What I've included here are some potential sources. So these are some really good places to look at news articles: the Society of American Foresters, New York Times, BBC, Asheville Citizens Times, the Raleigh News and Observer. These are a number of sources. You could probably think of a number as well on your own. I might throw in a few extra ones as we're moving along there too, as I start finding some things. All right. Back out of there. And also provided is a news article example. Okay, so here's where the Hoffmans of the opponents of the Hoffman Forest sale tried to win Roy Cooper on their side, who's a legislature in North Carolina. And it's about the big fight over this massive land down in the eastern North Carolina that's owned by NC State. And they've been, I'm sorry, Roy Cooper being our governor, not a legislator. So they're trying to win Roy Cooper on their side. And very timely article. What's going on in terms of the 79,000 acre tract. Okay, so they have a link to the article. Read up up here. All right, and I believe the link is down here a little bit further as well. So that gets you to the article itself, and then this would be your summary of the article. Okay, you would do that for 4 different articles, so it would not be just one document. You do not need to include this top part. This is the actual article itself. All right. If you give me the link, I should be able to go out and find the article. But we just printed it out here so you can see what the article was, what they were discussing. Okay. So basically, you're going to be starting right about here. Okay, and do that for 4 different articles. Okay. Pretty simple, and we will provide a place for you to load that up come around the 15th. The other thing I want you to be aware of is each week, based on the reading assignments or whatever tasks we have for you to do, this orientation discussion board is where you would add a new question. And every week you need to add a question to that week's discussion board. Okay, and so each week we'll have a link to a discussion board. What you're going to be doing is you're going to click on a new discussion topic, and you will type in NVIVA pellet. You don't need to type this in, obviously. I'm just doing an example for you. NVIVA pellets, and that would be your subject, and then your question would be, what is the goal of NVIVA and, let's say, swamp forests? Something like that. Make it a little bit more interesting than that question, okay? But when you type in your question, then you basically, if you have pictures or anything that you're interested in loading up as part of your question, you can load them up there, and then you just post it to the forum. Okay, so then you will see your recently posted discussion will be listed up there. I will try to go back and make sure that I open each and every one of these up and provide you an answer to any of your questions. If you feel like commenting on your peers' questions, please feel free to do so. Make them mature answers. Do not write, we don't want to incite any kind of arguments or anything like that. But if you do have an opposing opinion to other people, then go ahead and state that. That's what this is all about. But do it, respectfully and with courtesy to your peers. These your peers are going to be the people you're going to be working with the rest of your life. So, so let's start off to a good start with everybody. Okay. So to bounce back from the discussion board, you just need to click on the weekly module, and that should get you back, or go all the way back to the class, I guess. And that'll get you back to the weekly module there. And then for week 1, below the section here, I want you to go to each one of these interviews, or the various YouTube videos. Okay, they're all about 5 or 10 minutes each, and these can be used for really just giving you an idea of what's going on out there in terms of the different perspectives of forestry, and good place for you to generate your first week's discussion board questions. And then the last thing I want you to do this week is to go and just sit back and relax and take a look at this video here. Fabulous video. If you have any interest at all in the renewal power that trees have in our society, this is a very, very good story to watch. It's really neat. And this is not necessarily a true story, but I think it's they consider it an allegorical story of what some people have been doing in Europe over the years, and it actually spawned this whole movement in tree planting. There are whole NGOs out there now that are devoted solely to planting trees and will plant 10, 15, 30 million trees a year in some of our third world countries. So it's really created this whole movement in people who are trying to renew the planet really through tree planting. So anyway, it's a good story, and the video's pretty good. The animation is great in it. So anyway, you could even use that for your discussion board questions. So there you go, folks, and we'll be talking to you soon.